a lot to Terrence as well as David Gale, who worked with him this summer, about off-the-court stuff, Terrence's more consistent approach and maturity and being more comfortable in his own skin. How confident are you as a team that those things are going to translate on the floor, that with age and experience will come more consistent, T-Ross?
It's a huge translation, Josh. I think when the guys are more mature off the floor, they have the life organized off the floor. I've seen a correlation of having their lives organized on the floor. And, when you do that, then maturity steps in place. That's why older guys in the league tend to win more, because they are organized and better prepared once they get on the court. Because if your life is in disarray off the floor, then it's going to, you're not going to be organized on it. So I think that's where T-Ross has really done a great job of having his life off the floor organized, and he's maturing. He's a young man now versus fresh kid out of college is what he was when he first got here. So. And it is translated. I can see it in his game. He's more consistent. And I think that's his whole key to his career, is being consistent, because he's one of the premier shooters in this league. But you got to continue to do it on a consistent basis.
Is that one of the blessings of this group? Because you have a very young squad, but a lot of, like yourself, new parents, young fathers, and guys going through that transition. So is that kind of one of the blessings of this team?
It is. And again, I think even though we have some young guys, we have some young guys that have old souls. I think they're mature for their age. Pirtles is mature for his age, even though he's a rookie. But again, it does help that the guys have responsibilities off the floor. I like this group. I think we have a mature for their age group. It's still a lot they have to go through on the floor, but life-wise, lifestyle-wise, we have a good group of guys.
5 free throws the other day. If Terrence keeps searching out contact, how's that going to open things up for him?
Huge, because now that he's got guys running at him and he's able to put it on the floor, and long as he has his thought process going, Ryan, and not guessing as he, once they run at him, now he's guessing. Have an idea of what you want to do, how you want to beat them by running you off the line, whether it's shoulder hit shot or just a one dribble sidestep shot. What do you want to do? Have a game plan. And again, that's where T-Ross is more organized. He has a plan what he wants to do. And that, again, that's just, being mature and having experience in the game.
You mentioned some of the young guys showing more maturity. Does that extend to Lucas Nogueira? It's really his first full camp with you guys in 3 years. You like what you've seen? No,
that's huge with him. It's just consistent. He's never, I don't know a length of time that he's been healthy. And that's been his nemesis. He has a really good 2 games, and then he, is injured or whatever, and he can't. It's not his fault, but I've liked what I've seen out of Lucas. I thought he's had a good camp, a more consistent camp. He hasn't been injured, so again, we're going to continue to see how it goes and see, who's really the first big out of that group, whether it's Lucas or Jakob to step up. And both guys are really doing a good job. And again, we got a couple more weeks before we figure that out. And again, Sully will be in that mix at the 5 also. So between those 3, we'll got to figure out who's going to give Jonas some good backup minutes. In
terms of Sully at the 5 in the first game, JV came out quick, Sully back in. Is that a way to get Jonas maybe some more touches with the second unit as well?
It is. And again, we're not going to completely change the way we play offensively. I think we're third at efficiency. I'm more concerned defensively with that group of bigs. We'll score, but Jonas's contribution to this team has got to be on the defensive end, all of our bigs, and again, we're going to be a pick and roll team. Post-ups, we'll get him some more of those, but again, I'm really, truly more concerned about our defense and how they defend, and we're going to run a few more plays for him, but again, that's low on the totem pole compared to what he's got to give us on the defensive end.
You've got the 6 guys in here competing for that last spot. 20 of them that you've had in camp over the last few years. Do you like having the extra bodies?
I did, yeah. It's really good, and it really helps the 905 because a lot of the guys are going to the 905. Kind of gives them a head start in their training camp. You know, I don't know if it helps or hurts our conditioning with our veteran team because many reps in the drills and in the running situations as they usually do. So I do think it cuts down on the reps that they get and consequently hurts their conditioning a little bit, not a lot. So that's the one thing that works against you with the number of numbers. But I do like it because, you know, those guys are part of our future. They're going to be part of our program, whether it's a 905 or future Raptors. So whether it's this year or next year, you know, whenever that time is, and that's why they're here.
If you had to make a decision today, is there one guy that you don't have to name a name. Is there one guy that stands out, or is that last spot still very much?
And all those guys have done a good job, and every one of them has had their moment in the sun. I love the way Brady came in the other night and did his thing. He did what he, you know, and in those situations you have to do what you do, and he did. He shot the ball really well. Specifically, what we're looking for in that position, Josh, would be a better way to put it, is a defensive presence, a defensive guy who's going to give us defense, who's going to guard his position, who's going to make sure that, you know, whether it's a 2, 3, or 4, can get switched off and keep the ball in front of him. Because we're going to be able to score the basketball. That's not an issue or worry of mine. You know, we've got, you know, Kyle and DeMar, two of the most elite, you know, offensive players in the league. So we got to find 2 or 3 other bodies to make sure we defend and give us a defensive presence.
How's DeMar coming along?
It's coming along good. I mean, you know, we don't want to wear him down. He's healthy, and he's got to give us that. That's what he's here for. And but again, we just got to be smart about his minutes and not wear him down.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.